So I'm going to introduce here Dr. Heather Burte from Carnegie Mellon University, where she is the program manager for the Technology for Effective and Efficient Learning Lab. And she's going to talk a little bit about the AI user course that's been developed in partnership with the lab at AI-SDM. So Heather, please take it away.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Great to see all of you today. So like Norm was mentioning, I'm going to be talking about our curricula called AI User, and it's specifically focused on building AI literacy. Okay. So when we talk about the workforce out there in the world related to AI and ML or machine learning, we like to refer to this pyramid. So there's lots of different folks working in AI. And our part of contributing to AI-SDM is that we are focused on building the literacy levels at the bottom of the pyramid. Now, at the bottom of the pyramid, there's always the biggest part of the pyramid, right? And that is because there are the most number of users in the world. So if you have ever been on the internet, you have probably interacted with AI, whether you realize it or not. So that's why we want to focus on the users. These are a big group of people that need fundamental understanding of what AI is because they're interacting with it, whether they realize it or not, okay? And so our approach to AI literacy is about looking at AI through a critical thinking lens, right? You need to be able to understand what can AI do, what can't it do? When do you need to use AI? When are humans needed to be involved, right? And you need to be able to identify which AI models work in which contexts. You can't just use generative AI for every single problem and have it work out well, okay? You also need to be able to ask key questions like, how was this model designed? How was it trained? How was it tested? Is that in alignment with how it's being deployed? You need to ask really good questions. You also need to understand that there is bias in AI. You need to be able to ask good questions about that. Ask if these models are fair. Think about ethical considerations, okay? So our whole philosophy is AI literacy with this critical thinking lens. So we designed AI User as an introduction to AI using real-world no-code projects. So this has a number of benefits for both students and for instructors. So for students, it was designed for non-STEM learners. So you don't have to have a background in any STEM or technical field in order to engage with it. It's really for everyone at kind of a college level. There's no coding or math required. A lot of AI literacy starts with, well, first you need Python. That's too much, right? So no coding, no math required. It features immersive real-world scenarios so that it's relatable to students. For instructors, it has modular content. So you can say, my course needs these pieces. It doesn't need those. You can pick what's right for your course and your students. It's also very easy to integrate into your courses. It can be applicable to any discipline. Every discipline is being impacted by AI. So you should have curricula that can go into any class, okay? And we also allow it to connect to Canvas, makes it very easy for instructors, okay? So what's included in AI? We have a syllabus that instructors can leverage. So every instructor has their own syllabus. You can take from our AI user syllabus and put in what's relevant to your course. We also offer lecture slides and discussion slides. Again, this gives you something to draw from. You can look through these and say, oh, this pieces I like, this discussion I like, it's relevant for my students, I'll put that in. We also have our modular units. So this is where you get to pick and choose. So our first 3 units are all foundational understanding. What's the capabilities of AI? What's the role of data? Robin said, AI is a garbage in, garbage out system. That's very true, especially for that data. You need high quality data. We talk about model evaluation and troubleshooting. There are metrics that allow you to understand how well a model is performing. We have a section on hardware. things like GPUs and CPUs, stuff like that, that you need to support AI. We have 3 different applications of AI. So generative AI is very popular these days. So we talk about that in our language technologies and large language models section. We have a section on computer vision. This might be relevant for self-driving cars or also for robots as well. We have things like decision support. How can AI help you make good decisions? And then we finally wrap up with a section on responsible AI. So within each of those units, we have quizzes that assess students' knowledge before they start the unit and after. And then we have these projects, which feature a number of different tasks. So there's reading information, there's links to external demonstrations, and then there are these tasks that we've built. So I'm going to show you some of these tasks. So in Unit 3, we are learning about evaluating models. And so here, a context that might be relatable for students is students know about self-driving cars. But what all goes into an AI model to enable self-driving cars? Well, you have to get them to identify stop signs and identify what's not a stop sign. So it requires you to have good data of stop signs and non-stop signs to train your AI model. In the responsible AI section, we talk about healthcare. It's very important to keep healthcare data private, right? And so that's a good context to be learning about how AI can be tricked into giving away personal identification information. So in this task, you actually try to break a chatbot and get it to give you sensitive information so that you learn about kind of security risks. So this is a broad introduction to AI user. What I'd like to do is I'd like to have each of our panel members introduce themselves, and they're going to talk about their experience engaging with the AI user content, because we've had lots of folks here at NTU who have gotten involved in this project. And so we do have a couple panel members here in person, and then I know we have a couple panel members who are online as well. I'm gonna try to move this out just very quickly so that maybe people can be seen. So would you like to start? Just introduce yourself quickly.
Yeah, I'm Christine Reidhead. I teach business here at NTU.
Excellent.
I'm Maloba. I teach biology from the Chile side.
I am Mohammad. I teach information technology here at NTU.
Excellent, thank you. I know there's a couple of people that are online. Ellie, can you introduce yourself?
Yes. Good afternoon. I'm Ellie Dickmann, and I teach in the Masters of Science in Electrical Engineering program. So yes.
Good, but we're gonna have to switch back and forth, right? Yeah. Excellent, thank you, Ellie. Is Dr. Soundappan there? Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, yes, Norman, yes. I'm Soundappan. I teach chemistry at NTU.
Excellent. And then do we also have Yogesh on the call?
Yeah. Hi, good afternoon. Myself, Yogesh Singla. I am in mechanical engineering department. Thank you.
Excellent. So we're not going to have time to hear from every one of our panelists to every question, but I'd just like to hear from our panelists quickly here in person. Is there any like key aspect of AI that you really want your students to know about?
I think it's really important to just get the basics. So I'm integrating units 1 through 3 right now with my business, and they actually really enjoy it because it's giving them the foundation of AI, which I think is really important.
Great, foundational understanding. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that AI is something that we cannot escape from because our students are already using it informally without us even knowing. So I think that ethical consideration and the proper use of AI is very important to make the students so that they can avoid practices which are not good to their critical thinking, development skills, even their problem skills, creativity, and also collaboration. These are skills that, even though AI cannot really replace, but it's good for them to really know what AI can strengthen and what AI cannot strengthen, so that at least they are also in the field. And we know that in today's world, if you train students without making them to know about AI, it means that they have no space to be in the world.
Yes, yes, excellent.
Since I'm teaching here IT, so my students specifically, sometimes already, they must have something with the AI. So for me, I would like to know, because I know that everyone is not, happy, or they're liking the AI things. So at least the basic AI literacy is supposed to be there for my students that I want. I also want that for the decision making. They have to think about it. This is also very important. Ethical issues, homeworks,
Yes.
the burning issues for all the academics here. So this is one of the factor, and also the future, like, because after the generative AI, the ChatGPT, Gemini, those who even don't know nothing about the computers, they are coming. Hey, you are IT teacher, okay? So how about the ChatGPT and AI things? Rather than what is IT, they are start talking with the AI things.
Yes.
So that's why regarding the future of the student, these are the four aspects for my students I want, and that's why I'm interested about all these AI-SDM things,
Yeah.
teaching and learning and workshop and training.
Yeah, absolutely. So we hear this from
Heather?
many. Yes. Yes.
Oh, I just
Ellie?
wanted to add, in my community-based research course, I'm working with students who are going to be writing a master's thesis, and my focus right now is the basics, like Christine said, but also ethical and responsible use as they're working on their thesis.
Yes, absolutely. So this is what I hear from lots of community college and university instructors. They want their students to have foundational knowledge. They want their students to be ready for the future out there in the career world. People are using AI. They want to make sure that they're using it responsibly and ethically. And being critical thinkers. So many instructors are dealing with the exact same issues, I think. Thank you so much. So what I want to take you through now is just a little bit of an arc of how we've been getting instructors involved in the AI user process. And this is a dialogue. We learn from instructors. We are adapting our curricula based on feedback. So I just want to share with you that. So we first started kind of building connections with faculty. We did this through administering surveys. We've done this through going to conferences, holding individual Zoom meetings. We also came to NTU last year to just start building connections with faculty that are interested in teaching AI. And then once we had built those initial connections, we invited our instructors to engage in our co-design workshops. So what we did was we would share one of the units of AI user. Instructors would go through it as if they were students, and they'd give us feedback like, oh, I think my students would be confused here. This is a little wordy. And we developed these modules through these workshops. So for example, our NTU instructors went through our project 1 on capabilities and non-capabilities of AI. And then they also, some of them went through our responsible AI workshop. So just to give you a feel for what they experienced. And so I'm wondering if I can get some perspectives from instructors on what the experience was like being part of those co-design workshops. So Dr. Soundappan, you went through our unit on AI capabilities and non-capabilities. Do you want to talk a little bit about your experience there?
Sure, Burte. So this is a great experience. I started with project 1, and I learned capabilities and limitations of using this sentiment analysis in e-commerce setting, So I think the model is really helpful, and my real goal is to, implement this to my chemistry courses. And I also want to integrate this AI learning in my research. So that's my target. So I haven't completed project 8. I'm moving in that direction, but this is a great start for chemistry major students. Thank you. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. And I was wondering if Yogesh also wants to talk a little bit about your experience with the co-design workshop.
It was good to attend. I learned a lot of things, by attending that workshop. So I am just trying to figure out, how we can implement AI to, to the raw data we have, to make decisions and to minimize the number of experiments, and also to optimize the parameters so as to get the better results. I would like to know, I'm interested to know what units are, relevant to these things. And also when I discussed this with the students, they wanted to know what technologies or what methods or techniques are available that we can use under AI, you know, to implement on raw data, and what are their advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah, I know. As soon as you start talking about AI, it opens up so many questions that students have very quickly. That's for sure. Does any of the other instructors want to share anything else about their experience with the co-design workshops?
Yes, I can do that because I passed through all these units. So, if you think of the most interesting portion, it was for me, it was the responsible AI.
Yeah.
I mean, it actually gave me the feeling like how the hack thing goes on. That I mean, the cyber hack, like
Yes.
how the attack goes on, how it can pollute that organic data, and it can hallucination kind of things. There is a chance by this polluted data, and also, I mean, how trickily you can acquire the unauthorized data. So for
Yes.
those kind of things, at some cases, it can help general users to achieve some knowledge that, well, we should not always rely on ChatGPT
Right.
or Gemini. I'm not
Yes.
specifically talking about any specific generative AI, but in
Yes.
general, not to rely 100% on all these kind of things, to be careful about all the things. So that's the thing
Yes.
I liked about this program.
Excellent. Good.
Yeah, I think when I was doing the program, there was a reflection in my mind because we are living in an area where, data is an issue.
Yes.
Yeah, based on ethical issues that they faced in the past.
Yes.
So there's this trust issue of their data, And I was reflecting like, how can we, because the truth is, we know that DNA, data is the DNA of AI. And without the correct data, you have the wrong information.
Yes.
And the truth is, we cannot bypass that. But my question was, how do we, or the students, the Navajo people, try to integrate this so that people have the right information about them? Why,
Right.
the right information, but why we also protect the data sovereignty, of the Navajo people?
Yes.
So those were the type of question that I was coming to because we the teachers and the students, we are the only one to change the dynamics. Like the guy from the chapter house, you see that they want a lot, but they don't have people to go into them.
Right.
So I think that we are the only people to make them to understand through a student body doing capstone exam or capstone projects where they can try to get data to empower the chapter houses so that they can be informed and to know which data they can put there so that people have the right information about them. Yeah.
Right.
Like I went to a conference and somebody asked me, where are you from? I say, Chinle, Navajo Technical University. Where's that? I said, the reservation. Is there a university there? That's the next question. I was like, yeah, there's a university there. Oh, how does it look like staying there? You see, but these are information that we ourselves need to put there. Nobody will put it for us. So if we only think that we have to preserve our culture, preserve everything, people will have the wrong information about us. So I think that it's high time we incorporate and accept this new technology and try to be part of it. If not, we'll be left behind. And I don't think that we should be left behind. Thank you.
Heather,
Yeah.
Heather, I just want to add that that experience was incredibly insightful. And what I really enjoyed is the ability to have interaction with you and your team. And there were so many big aha moments, like being able to trick the platform into telling you information that it's not allowed to. I think about that one all the time, that, there's capabilities there, but there's also some incredibly potentially harmful things there, in general. So, yeah, I thought it was amazing. I was frankly so excited to be able to participate. I would encourage anyone to participate if interested.
And I really like how you have it set up where there's tasks that are like real world tasks. Like
Yeah.
you have the classes set up perfectly where it's relatable, where you can understand. And then there's projects that you're doing, as a simulation, but it's a real world project. So I like that.
Yeah, AI is all around us, so why not, talk about the scenarios in which people are inadvertently maybe interacting with AI. And so we really try to bring that like real world flavor to this, there are, healthcare companies that are using AI. So let's talk about how data can be manipulated, how data can be leaked. Those are important considerations. Absolutely. Thank you so much, all of you. And I know we've kind of inadvertently got into this idea of professional training. So we also offer professional training in which our instructors actually go through all of the content in AI User so that they know what's available and they get to think about how to integrate it with their courses. And all of our panel members have been part of this, so they know a lot about each of our units. And we give them a whole bunch of help and instructional support along the way. So I would just kind of ask, is there kind of anything else that people, the panelists, want to add about experiencing the professional development training or trying to integrate AI User into your courses? Maybe we can start with some people online. Dr. Soundappan, do you want to give your perspective?
Yes, I think we started with minimal faculty at NTU, right? And we can expand this to other faculties in Crown Point. And Christine Reidhead is the chair for the AA committee, and she's also parallelly working on this to, involve other faculties in this. So I think this is a good start, and we also have some policy drafted for AA. So my thought is like each faculty from NTU should integrate AA into their curriculum. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Ellie or Yogesh, do you want to add anything here?
I can add that the experience has been unlike other experiences I've had because you first get to see the resources followed by the actual course. And at first I was like, okay. But once I did the first unit where you can look at all of the resources that are available and the what and the why and the how, and then you actually do the course, I think it's brilliant. I think that's a really great strategy. Extremely helpful, and frankly, it is efficient.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Does others want to share? Yeah, Franklin?
Yeah, I think that through this program, I think that AI, through the professional training, it has also helped to strengthen my pedagogy. Because at first, I did not know about the capabilities and non-capabilities of AI.
Yeah.
I did not know much about responsible AI. So I think that that has guided me. And even also in designing my course goals and even the outcomes, because there are certain outcomes that, you can easily use AI to strengthen those points, like analytical analysis, where you can try to see how you can use AI to get this data which are not even available within the reservation to actually strengthen that area of skill. I also think that the professional development also helped me to create collaboration like you in particular, which through you, I was able to write a grant on curriculum development using AI in AI-DICE, American Indian Higher Education Consortium, and Reidhead, which I was a winner of the grant to develop a curriculum. So thanks to the collaboration with her and her guidance. So I think that all of these packaging, we should not minimize them, and we should not minimize even being together here. This is part of the collaboration, which we definitely need to develop, because it's a blessing to have people traveling for miles, coming here to meet us. Yeah, so I'm grateful.
Excellent. I'm so
Yeah,
thankful. Yeah. No, thank you for being involved.
Yeah.
It has been great to have all of you involved.
So, for me, it was a bit different. For participating in that training. Because since I am a student, you can say me as a student of computer science, IT, AI, my students are also sometimes curious because these are the basic things. So for me, learning all those things, it was not my main focus.
Yes.
My focus was how, for general people, you are designing this course.
Yes.
How you are behaving or planning for them, and how we should do for general people. Now these days, AI is no more for research labs. It's after the generative AI. Let's say, for example, YouTube, Facebook.
Yes.
Is it for only for high tech savvies?
It's
No.
everyone, yes.
For everyone, contents are provided. Data model,
Mhm.
training, testing.
Mhm.
If you can provide all these things, anyone can create their own plan, design, and some sort of AI tool.
Yes.
So how it is for everyone? That was my main concern. From this perspective, I was interested here. And how did I decided to connect user into my curriculum? Yes, I mean, since this is demanding, I have to. One of the thing is responsibility as a user.
Mhm.
Because I think it's just a perception that my students are going to use AI relevant things
Mhm.
compared to on an average than others.
Mm.
So how responsible they are,
Right.
ethical they are going to be.
Mhm.
And these are important things. That's why my reason of to participate in that kind of training.
Yeah, absolutely. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I have one thing here that, at first when you said I should incorporate AI into my teaching, we
Yes.
have a lot of discussion about that.
Yes.
Yeah, fortunately, I think the Dean of Undergraduate Study, Dr. Abaraji is here. Dr. Abaraji, I'm sorry for putting you into this. Yeah, so my question is, when I started doing this course, it was almost at the mid of the semester. And to me, I was telling him that, the course schedule was already tight for the student, and trying to incorporate AI within their already existing curriculum or syllabus, it will be difficult.
Mhm.
And we know that AI we cannot do with AI. So you as a dean, I don't know, do you think that is something important to put AI as a general course, as a course that every student needs to take? Because the truth is, the student cannot do with AI in the new existing world. Is it possible to make it as a course that every student needs to take, maybe a 1 credit course, a 2 credit course, so that at least will not be left behind? I don't know what's your take on that, because I have a problem with that, with Ida can say that.
I don't think we want to create a brand new course, it's going to create a credit house. So what I have to suggest is the first one is the policy of festival. We can incorporate the policy.
Yes.
Good idea.
You see?
Just right. I mean, this is something that lots of colleges are going through.
Yeah.
They're saying like AI needs to be part of the
Yeah.
general
Yeah.
education, and it is hard to find where to put it. And each college is kind of doing that differently.
Yeah.
I think Ellie, were you gonna say something?
Yes, and this is related more. I love what's being said about all students needing to take a course or some sort of a module, but I just wanted to get back to the professional development experience and just
Sure.
say, unlike other experiences, and this is really key, I want to say this, unlike other experiences where you engage in professional development and then you become an island, essentially there's not help, there's not support. You have feelings about, I've asked that question 3 times, but I need more clarification. This is a very different, I want everyone to know this is a very different experience for me. And that is that Heather and Aparna are always available. They answer questions quickly. This is a very different professional development experience for me. And I just really want to applaud you for that component. So I just want people to hear that. It's a different type of experience. You're there. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, this is a collaboration. We want this to be a collaboration between Carnegie Mellon and NTU. And so, yeah, we do prioritize our instructors and getting you everything you need. I do see, I think that Dr. Soundappan has his hand raised. Is there anything you would like to add?
Yes.
Yes.
So I have a question to Ellie, because she is the one who integrated this with Blackboard, and she had she experienced this. Like, Ellie, could you share your experience by integrating this sale with Blackboard?
It was incredibly easy. What I can tell you is I started the course off this semester by letting my student know that this was an option, and I was really clear about this as an option for him to participate in. And I provided introductory information, but then I also provided information related to why I thought it would be helpful as it relates to his thesis and research and writing, etc. And zero pressure with the student. I wanted this to be solely his decision. I explained that he could engage at any point throughout the course with SAIL. He could engage at the end of the course, which he has decided to do, and that I would be there, as would Carnegie Mellon, with any questions. So it was very much an option. I want to share one last thing, and I know that uh, to me this is really important. There is an AI chat box on Blackboard, and I'm going to experiment with that next semester. I felt like this semester I needed to really go slow. But next semester, there's a great AI chat box in Blackboard I want to use where students can engage with the chat box throughout the course in appropriate ways as directed by the instructor. So it was so easy. I had one technical issue and we got that solved really quickly, Heather, very quickly. So
Good, I'm glad to hear. So one thing that I would like to do is I would like to just say to everyone here, we are continuing, this is a pilot program. All of these instructors that are on the panel have been engaged in our pilot program, either offering their students access to AI user curricula this fall or in the spring. If there's anyone who's interested in getting involved, we are trying to build up the number of instructors and students that we have on AI user. And this is a collaborative process. We are collecting, we want your feedback so we can make it better. So student and instructor feedback is very welcome. We want to make it better. So if you're interested in that, then by all means, please do feel free to reach out to myself or Aparna in order to do that. I also want to, I think we have a couple minutes left. I would love to open this up to the floor and see if anyone has any questions for me or for any of our panelists to get their perspectives. Oh,
Heather, can you repeat the question for those of
yeah,
us
I'm
online?
just getting the question.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
So the question is, could these resources be open to other tribal colleges? And the answer is yes, please reach out to me. We can.
The answer come back if you said that.
We are looking for more people to collaborate with. So absolutely, please do reach out to me. We can hop on a Zoom call and kind of go over all the details and see if a collaboration is right for your colleges.
I would just like to say it's been a wonderful experience and thanks for, letting us be involved. You've been great through the whole process and then the students learn and we learn and it's been wonderful.
Yes, that's definitely like why we wanted to get involved. We wanted to make sure that instructors here at NTU learn more about AI. It's so hard to keep up with all of the changing technology these days. And then hopefully that also goes on to students. So thank you. Any other questions? Yeah.
Yeah. When I heard about this project,
Yeah.
I was expecting the solution for my class. My nightmare is like go to the homework, everything online.
Yes.
So that has affected me a lot. So
Yes.
I'm expecting something from this project.
Okay, so we do have, so the question is, there's a lot of concerns about unethical use of AI by students. So for example, maybe just putting their homework into ChatGPT and getting that answer and handing it in. So there's definitely a lot of faculty concerns about this. We do touch on this a little bit in AI user, but I'll give you my very quick approach. Students are going to use AI. Students are going to be expected to use AI in their workforce. So they need to know how to use it, but they need to do it appropriately, right? And so I think how to do that is one, instructors use AI, learn more about AI. If you know what AI is good and not good at, especially generative AI, where AI is helpful, where it makes mistakes, where it hallucinates, all those sorts of things, then you can go into the classroom with an educated perspective and tell your students, you know, this is some of the problems with AI and why you shouldn't be using it in inappropriate ways, that it will be obvious, right? And there are tools, of course, to identify if AI has been used. But I think we take a more educational approach, that if educators know about AI, they teach their students about AI, then hopefully they will make good choices. Because let's be honest, if students want to cheat with or without AI, they can, right? And so it's more our job as educators to try to teach them why they shouldn't be doing this, how it is not in their best interest, but then also incorporate some activities that allow them to use AI. So there are some writing activities that students will log their interactions with ChatGPT in order to write a paper or do an assignment with AI. And that is all submitted to the instructor so that they can see how it can be used and where are its drawbacks. So we take a very educational approach to this. Learn about AI, have your students learn about it, find out ways that they can use it, and be clear about where they cannot. So just as a quick little guidance. I don't know if there's any guidance from our instructors. Do you have any ways that you kind of deal with?
Yeah, I think based on this question too, I usually had that same issue.
Mhm.
But when I took your course, at least I was a bit relieved from that. Yeah, and the truth is, I realized that sometimes, I'm so inquisitive to know things. When I give an assignment, sometimes I'll take the assignment and put on ChatGPT to see the result pattern, to see how the result look like. Then when I'm writing the student papers, I'll be seeing if a student just use that same pattern,
Yes.
I'll know that there's a problem, and I've caught many of them behind to tell them that that's plagiarism and it's really punishable.
Yes.
But these are first warning, and if they try that again, I'll report them to the authorities, So sometimes I usually play that double work. I know it's not easy for the too much schedule and the tight schedule we have, but sometimes I just try to do it, then I try to educate them on that.
Mhm.
So I think that was why this course is important, where we can incorporate this AI into our teaching so that through that we can educate them better on responsible AI use and the ethical use too, the ethical consideration while using this AI. Without this, there's no way for them to know, because they just want to do the assignment fast to do other things, you know. So if you don't teach them, they will not even know. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Very good. Any other questions we have? No? Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for our panelists. If we could give a